In this episode, I'm going to be sharing some network marketing tips with you on when you should consider quitting your job and going full-time in your entrepreneurial journey in your network marketing business. So stay tuned. My name is Tanya Aliza, and I help network marketers and entrepreneurs create success faster, all while designing a life, most importantly, that you love. So consider subscribing. Now, the reason why I wanted to share these network marketing tips and this training with you today is this past week, I've had 2 instances where this exact topic has come up, and I believe it is so important for industry to have this type of information and leadership. So if you're considering quitting your job, or you're wondering, when do I quit this job that I hate and I go full-time in my network marketing business, this episode is going to add a lot of value to your life. So I had 2 emails come through. I actually had 1 email and then 1 phone call. 1 email was from a gentleman that said, hey, I would really like to know when is a good time to quit my job and go full-time in my business. And then I had another call that I was doing with a potential coaching client, and she said, Tanya, I really need your help. I'm absolutely desperate. I have quit my job and I have everything riding on my network marketing business, my entrepreneurial journey. I have to make this work. What do you suggest? So crazy topics, and I believe that this is so important, and I've been down this exact road. So being in network marketing since 2009, going down that journey myself, going full-time in 2010, there are some things that you need to make sure that you have in place before you go full-time. And I know sometimes the dream is really hyped up and there's all this money and there's all this and there's all that, but we have to be very careful, and we have to make sure that our ducks are in a row before we take any drastic measures that could seriously affect our life, our family, and our finances. So in this episode, what I want to do, like every episode of Tanya Aliza TV, I like to give you a free downloadable resource that you can implement and use and see results within your business. And this week, what I did is I sat down and I figured out a little chart that will help you determine whether or not you should be quitting your job and going full-time into your entrepreneurial journey with your network marketing business. And there's some things to consider. So in this chart that you can pick up, you can grab it at tanyaaliza.com/36 download, the number 36 download. I'll leave a link in the description box on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, wherever you're watching this video. If you're already on my blog, there'll be a nice yellow button below this video. Click it and you can get that chart. Now, what you want to do is you want to fill this chart out, and I basically call it my network marketing go full-time income planner. Now, this isn't something that I'm telling you is the end-all be-all. It's going to be your decision on whether or not you decide to go full-time or not, but these are going to be factors to consider and what I would suggest before you go full-time and cut ties to a guaranteed income source that you already have already. So pick up that chart, and then what we can do is follow along in this video, and it will drastically help you, especially if you have somebody on your team that asks you, when should I go full-time in my business? You can maybe share this chart with them as well. So when I decided to go full-time, and I'll just speak from personal experience, I had been in my business for about a year, and I hustled my tush off because I really wanted to retire my J.O.B. I was making a lot of money, but I had zero time. I had zero time to live my life. So my goal was, as fast as possible, let's make enough income so that I can take care of all of my bills and all of the things that are on me to take care of my responsibilities, so that I can focus full-time in my business. Now, you don't want to quit your job the first month that you make that money to pay all of your bills and all the responsibilities you have. My suggestion is to make sure that that income is coming in consistently for at least 6 months, and it's growing. Because a lot of the times in network marketing, if you're brand new, if you're newer, the beginning is the hardest. And then when you kind of get to the middle, you kind of have a more solid income. In the beginning, it can go up and down. So you want to make sure that you have a pretty solid, income that is going to realistically cover your bills. Now, for me as well, people say, wow, you went full-time after a year. I also had some savings saved up that could support me. So I was looking at this savings account that I had, and I said, look, I want to invest this money. It's just sitting in the bank. It's not doing anything. And I was actually looking at investing it in real estate, because that's what everybody was doing back then. And then I took a chance and I said, I'm going to invest it in myself, which is always your best investment, by the way. So in that income planner, it's going to help you figure out the right time. So for me, it was about 6 months. I wanted to have a stable income coming in from my network marketing company that would support my bills and at least know that all my responsibilities were taken care of. So in that planner, it's really going to help you determine what that is for you. So make sure you pick that up. Now, another thing that you want to consider is thinking that, most people think, well, if I go full time and I quit my job and I can say I quit my job, all these people are going to want to join me because I quit my job. Here's the reality check on that. Most people who also have jobs, what they're going to say is, well, it's easy for you because you don't have a job. And I actually experienced that when I quit my job and I went full time in my network marketing business. People were thinking, well, you can do it because you don't have a job. I can't do it because I have a job. So actually, while you're working and you have a job and you're building your network marketing business on the side, people, your prospects who also have jobs, who might want to retire them one day, can relate to you more when you are working your job, because you can say, look, I build this on the side and it's totally possible you can do the same too. So even though you might think that it's easier to go out there and build a network marketing business when you don't have a job, and you can say, I fired my job, be careful with that, because it could kind of backfire if you're not careful with that. Because nowadays people look at our success and where we're at in our business and they say all the time, well, it's easy for you because insert, reason. You're not working, you don't have a job. Of course you can build a stable income inside of network marketing. It's more difficult for me because I don't have the time that you have. Now, when I was working my job and I was presenting in that same position, people could relate to me a lot better. Now, one big tip that I can give you so that you continue to move in the right direction when you decide, to quit your job, or even before you decide to quit your job, is to make sure that you have a fear bigger than your why of if you don't make it work. So I'll give you an example. And if you haven't yet watched my video training on how to conquer your fear of failure or rejection, that's in episode 30. You'll make sure, I would suggest to go watch that. It's a really good episode. But what I did, because I had to really conjure up a really good why after I quit my job, I realized that I needed to go into massive hustle mode to keep things rolling and to keep things growing. And so what I said to myself is that I have to do this no matter what, because if I don't, I have to go back to the job that I don't want to go back to, and I have to crawl back into that office with my tail between my legs and admit that what I was working on, to the haters that maybe, thought I was doing something weird in the office, which a lot of them did, I'd have to crawl back in there and say, yeah, that thing that I said was going to work, well, it didn't work. And I created that fear that was bigger than any other silly fear that I had. I fear of talking to people, fear of presenting my business, fear of what people would think of me. That was the biggest fear that I had that kept me going. So in episode 30, I actually talk about that, and it's a really, really, really cool episode. And I would suggest going and watching that if you have a fear of failure or rejection and you're a little scared to go full out in your business. Because when you decide to quit your job, and even when you're on the path of going towards quitting your job and building that security and financial security for yourself in your business, you're going to need that strong passion that drives you every single day to make sure that even though you're not going to work for a boss anymore, that you're your own boss and you're still getting the activities that you know that you need to get done. Major important. So did you get some value out of today's episode? I really, truly hope that you did. I hope that you make sure that you have your ducks in a row. Pick up my Network Marketers Go Full-Time Income Planner. Make sure you kind of have some things worked out, some things planned out, so that you know the right time for you to quit your job and then go full-time into your entrepreneurial journey with your network marketing business. I do not recommend that you do that if you are not financially secure and stable in your business yet for a good amount of time that you know that you need, because you don't want to risk a guaranteed income that you just don't want to do. So my little 2 cents for you to help you go full-time. Obviously, I hope you picked up that download at TanyaAliza.com/36 download. I'm sure you'll love it, and I'm sure it'll add value to you and your team as well if you have anybody that asked you the same question that I got last week twice, and I wanted to help these people out, so I thought this video would be super important for you. If you got value in this video, please make sure to drop me a comment and let me know below. Make sure to like it, make sure to share it, make sure you do your thing on social media with it on some of these buttons below, and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel as well. We release new training videos every single Monday with a new resource absolutely free for you that you can download, implement in your business, and start seeing results with fast. This is Tanya Aliza. We'll see you on the next episode of Tanya Aliza TV.